Right, guys. In this video, I'm going to talk about the mental game, and sort of the mental aspect of business, which separates the people at 5k a month to those at 50k a month and beyond. Right. I guess I've been in this whole online business space for a while now. I've been in it for 3 years literally. I started when I was 15. I'm 18 now, right? And from what I've seen, from what separates those who are at 5 6k a month to those who are well above 50 60k a month, right? Like sort of literally 10xing what the other people are comparatively. The biggest thing I've seen, and first of all, you might jump the gun and you might assume that it comes down to actual inner operations of the business, like business infrastructure, right? You might think it comes down to infrastructure of the business, like sales. What am I trying to say? What infrastructure stuck in my mind, like funnels, right? Funnels, sales processes, this and that, right? You think is some sort of actual internal working within the business which allows them to scale to 50k. And from what I've seen, more times than not, it comes down more so to the mental side of things, right? What actually happens in the business owner's mind. Because what separates, there's not much of a knowledge gap between someone at 50k a month and someone at 5k a month. A lot of the time they have the same knowledge, but the biggest deciding factor which separates someone who goes and achieves those heights compared to someone who stays sort of lower and doesn't manage to scale is sort of this mental switch, right? And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, the mental side, which people don't really talk about. They sort of gatekeep because I guess it's kind of saucy information or let you scale to that next level. But it's something I've applied in my own business, right? Like I'll stock beneath 10k a month, like I was doing 8k around that. And then after I sort of flipped the switch in me, it allowed me, like right now my business is around 30k a month, and I'm going to scale to that 50k a month goal. And I think 50k in online business is the first real benchmark. Like obviously 10k is that glorified number, but in reality once you hit 10k you see how little it is. And I know that sounds corny. I mean, if I was in your position, like me 2-3 months ago, I was in your position, right, making zero, thinking 10k a month was crazy. But once you make it and you see it, right, actually once you see it you realize it's not a lot, and it's sort of like survival money at this point. 10k is a bare minimum, but that's besides the point. I guess I'll sort of get into the video, like the actual main parts of the video. So I've got a few points here written down, so I'll go through them. And the first mindset shift that you have to go through is I guess I'll start off talking about the sort of character of someone at 5k a month, right? Oftentimes they have this hustler mindset, and you got to change from that hustler mindset to an operator mindset. And what I mean by that exactly is so many people who are scaling to 5k a month or less than 10k, they sort of glorify the grind. They think working 8 to 10 hours a day every single day, 7 days a week is the way to go, right? They're doing everything to save money. They're doing saving money, like not necessarily, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? They have this whole hustler mindset. They just try to stack their cash. They don't spend anything, and they live with so much restrictions in their life day to day. And that's not the way to go, bro, because what you'll see from very, very successful entrepreneurs, and you don't compare yourself to like Jeff Bezos or like don't talk about the extreme. I'm just talking about people compared to you, right? So right now you're at 5k a month. Look at someone doing 50 to 100k a month, and a lot of the time they're probably doing less work than you day to day. And the reason being is more work, and this whole hustler mindset does not correlate to more money being made at all, because that just sort of puts you in a state of necessity, right? You sort of put yourself in a position where you need the money, and in reality, if you put yourself in a position of need and want, you're just never going to achieve it, right? From that mindset, you need to shift to a mindset of abundance, right? Instead of being so tied up in your time management, you sort of need to manage your energy in a way. And I know that sort of sounds corny, but I guess sort of talks to the esoteric side of business, right? You need to think about your brain as brain points. It's like Fortnite, bro. No, it's like Minecraft. You have hearts, right? And instead of like thinking about it in a time sense, you got to think about it in like a brain power sense. You need to make sure if you just put your brain power, like the majority of your brain power every single day in the right tasks, it doesn't need to take a long time. But you're going to make more money, right? You need to have a abundant mindset in a sense where you're not in a position of need or want, but you're in a position of already having and knowing you're going to get. And only once you develop that mindset, you're just going to see, you're going to reap the fruits of your labor, right? You're going to reap the benefits. I guess when I first started my business, there was this whole month of grind where I made no money, right? And I had that hustler mindset. I was working 12, 13, 14 hours a day, some days on the weekends, right? It was insane. All I did was work. And once I shifted from that mindset to a mindset of abundance, where I already knew I had what I wanted, like I knew it was coming. It's sort of delusion in a sense. Society makes you believe it's delusion, but in fact it's not really delusion. It's just having unwavering confidence in yourself, right? But once I took that mindset shift of being a hustler to actually being an operator, right? Someone who operates my own life. I use my brain points effectively. I make sure I don't waste my energy on things which doesn't require my energy. That's when I started making money, and from zero I literally hit like 8k the next month, and growth from there is exponential, because once you grasp this sort of first concept and first mindset shift, you just start attracting things. And I'm not about that whole manifestation thing. I do believe in aspects of it, right? I won't get into it because that's not the point of this video. I'm not one to go in front of the mirror and just talk affirmations to myself, like tell myself I'm great, shit like that, right? That's not what I'm about. But I do believe that if your environment and your way of thinking is aligned to your goals are just going to naturally come to you. That's just how the universe works. You can apply it to anything in your life. Just think about an aspect where you actually achieve something of value, right? I promise you, if you think deeply, before that you sort of had a feeling where you were just going to get it, right? It wasn't really a necessity. You just had that abundant mindset and you achieved the same thing. You achieve the said goal, right? And you just need to bring that exact same concept into business, and you will literally see in front of your eyes everything unfolding, and it's going to happen quick. But once you make that switch, you're in a whole different league, right? That's one thing which separates a 5k a month from 50k a month business owner. 5k a month, they're hustling, they're grinding, they got this grind sigma mindset. A 50k a month agency owner's just fucking chill, bro. He just knows when he's going to come, right? So he just makes sure he focuses his energy on the right things. And yeah, it comes, I mean, the second point here, I guess I sort of tied it into my first, but it comes from, instead of chasing clients, just attracting clients, right? Attracting partners. You got to get rid of this I need this deal mentality, I need this mentality, because don't get me wrong, we do need this, like everyone needs to, like, I need to make money, right? But I don't say that in a place of necessity and in a place of desperation. I say it more so in a place of abundance, in a place of just holding myself to a certain extent, which I know I can't fall beneath. And once you get to certain different stages of business, you'd understand more of what I'm talking about. But it's not about, it's sort of like, let's say an SMA, like an agency, it's just holding yourself to that, to a certain standard. Like, if you attract don't let no client bitch you around, bro. If a client's just taking a piss out of you, drop them, because that client's not worth your time. Don't put yourself beneath that client. Don't think that you need to do this, you need to do that, bro. You got to be able to turn clients away if you don't want to work with them, because you just have to have that mindset. You're going to have another sales call, you're going to sign another client if you just do the right things, right? You just put your brain energy, your brain points in the right places every single day. You're going to get more clients. So you just got to come from a place of certainty where you hold yourself to a certain extent, right? From chasing clients to attracting partners, and you actually don't let anyone bitch you about, because you know what you're worth, and you know you're just going to get what you want at the end of the day. And if you walk through business with that mindset, you literally see an instant shift in the way you do things, and essentially the things you materialize, right? But yeah, that was my second point I had here. And my fourth point is, this is a big one, right? I skipped third. Third is basically the same. First, second, third point was so similar. But my fourth point is shifting from a perfectionist to someone who just gets shit done, bro. One thing I can say for me personally, when I was doing less than 10k a month, I was generally a perfectionist. I double, triple, quadruple checked everything, right? I wanted everything to be perfect the first time, this and that, that and the other, right? And a big difference from me then, from doing like 5k a month to me now who's doing 30k a month, and I'm going to scale to 50k a month real soon, is I don't, I just get shit done, bro. And it sounds corny, right? It doesn't really have like a crazy like tip, right? Nothing actionable which you could just go away and do, and it changes everything, right? It changes the trajectory of your life. But in reality, it just comes down to actually just doing it fast and efficient, right? Getting something done fast is so much better than getting done something perfect, because if you try to perfect something, it might take you a day or two to perfect it. But if you get something done literally within 30 minutes, if you need to launch ads, launch within 30 minutes, and then you're going to get feedback, and using that feedback, you know what to change. You can iterate that ads, and you can find a winning ad quicker than someone who's trying to be a perfectionist, right? That's just one example in business, but speed always negates perfection and luck. If you're trying to make sure everything's perfect before doing something, that's just going to leave you stagnant. And business is all about motion, like motion is in just moving, right? Kinetic energy. You want to keep moving, because as soon as you stay stagnant, you're just going to fall off. And you think of business like a beam, right? And you got to keep moving like a spinning beam. Like if you just stand still and the beam spins, you're just going to fall, right? But if you keep moving, you're going to make it to the other side. That's literally what business is. As soon as you lose motion, you fall off and you're not going to succeed. And being a perfectionist is someone who tries to preempt every single step on that spinning beam. Like, you know what I'm talking about, like the total wipeout shit, right? If you're someone who tries to pre-plan exactly where you're going to step, that's not going to work out. The people who make it to the other side are the people who just fucking like get on with it. They're fast, they're quick, they're efficient, they just go, bro. And if something does come, if they lose their balance, they're going to just figure out what to do there, and they're going to change and adapt. And that's what a 50k business owner does, right? Your job as a business owner, right, whatever business mode you're in, I do SMMA, I run an agency, whatever you're in, you get paid to solve problems at the end of the day. And a problem solver, to be an efficient problem solver, you've got to come up with solutions efficiently and quickly. And just because your first solution doesn't work, it doesn't mean you're a bad problem solver. It just means it doesn't mean you're a bad problem solver, because you just need to iterate and you've got to find the right solution. And if you find the right solution, you're a good problem solver, and you're going to get paid accordingly, and you're going to see it literally materialize and money come in. That's all it is to it. You can't be a problem solver and expect to find the perfect solution every single time. That's just not realistic. That's not going to happen, and that's just what's going to trap you below that 10k mark line, right? Keep you at 5k a month. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's sort of the uncomfortable truth. No one tells you about business. It doesn't just come down to strategy. It doesn't just come down to the guy at 50k a month knowing more information than you. There's no asymmetry of information, but everyone has the same information. I promise you, if you're at 5k a month, you have enough information and knowledge to scale that to 50k a month. It just comes down to the way you apply it and the way you approach your day-to-day business activities. And this could be extrapolated to all aspects of life, right? But if we're keeping it specific to business, it just comes down to how you approach things, the mindset you approach things with. And a lot of the time I used to just brush mindset over my shoulder, or not over my shoulder, brush it under the rug, right, under the sofa, because I didn't think it mattered much. I just thought if I rip the inputs, the outputs are going to happen. But that's far from the truth, and there's no real way for me to explain it unless you actually try it yourself, right? If you're watching this video and you've tried business and you haven't seen success yet, why do you think that is? Like, you're probably doing the right things. You're probably doing things that people have done to hit the monetary figures that you're trying to hit. It probably just comes down to the fact that they're approaching it with a different mindset. Like, I'm just talking from my own experiences, but if you extrapolate to your own life, you're probably going to see personal experiences where you see the fact that you approaching something with the wrong mindset is holding you back, right? If you think you're going to lose, like if you do something with the idea you're going to lose, you're not going to put 100% in it. That's just a fact. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you thought with this content, I guess, let me know if you want more mindset videos. If you're new, 18 years old, I run an agency, I run an SMMA, in the process of scaling, and yeah, I'm gonna scale fast. I'm gonna venture out, start shit ton of businesses. I'm gonna be next up, bro, I promise you. But yeah, subscribe. I got my Discord link in the bio, so hit my Discord up. You can talk to me there if you got any questions. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.